Well, good morning, everyone. Every time that notification goes across, I look like, what? What's all the noise? Good morning. I have some peppermint candy in my coffee this morning because I woke up with a little frog, like the allergies are kicking in type thing. So I took some Jamaica Me Happy, dropped in a peppermint candy, and I'm hoping it helps. Sunny Kentucky. Lucky, well, we have sun, but we also have complete cover of frost for the last 3 mornings. Everything has been covered. Yeah, we were supposed to have a nice weekend. Well, it doesn't get more than about 20, so it's not nice yet. See, make sure I have my sound up. Sound is okay. There isn't any what is that, scratchiness or anything, because when I was watching the replay from last week, I heard it 1 or 2 times. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Live from Christi's Closet. And I know a lot of you have watched and you saw we hit 1,000 subs this week. So I just wanted to remind you that there is 1,000 sub celebration going on. We're having cake and ice cream. I'll be drawing that later on this evening. So if you're not in that, after the live, go back and look for that. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, that means there's going to be commercials pretty soon, but that's okay. You don't mind, do you? It's not that much of a big deal. So everybody that was doing this capelet, that will be drawn on the show today. And what did we have to give away for that? We had 2 of these Hirschner's Home. So it looks like homespun to me, in a beautiful agate colorway. This is a bulky 5, and also a stitch marker, daisy stitch marker. So there were 8 entries so far in that. And if anybody else is added to that, well, you need to let me know on the live if you're adding yours, because that's all I have in that. It's already loaded. The wheel has all the names on it, and I'll be drawing it today on the live. So so I hope you enjoyed doing that one. Hi, Annette. Hi, everybody. Hi, Lori and Frida and Nana. I don't normally read a lot of the chat. You know this. So, yeah. Okay, some of the things we're going to do today, we're going to give away a piece of jewelry. We're going to talk about the new make-along, and everybody's been talking about it all week. Everybody's been talking about what yarn they're going to use, so I'll be going over a couple of different novelty yarns I brought out today and what I use them for. And we have a D-stash. I picked out this unusual parfait layers for the D-stash. I thought that it was almost like a novelty yarn. So I figured it would work well for today's D-stash. It's very, very soft. It's a Premier 100% polyester. So I'll be giving away one of those in the D-stash later in the show. Good morning. What else are we doing today? We'll be, well, not a ton, but I will try and make it interesting. Whenever I do the live on Saturday, I seem to have like a little bit less content on Sunday. So if any of you watched yesterday's live, you will know we had a great show. Kim from the Crafty Nomad hosts that on her show are on her channel, and we get together once a month, and we've been doing a make along this quarter for old, like, works in progress that you have not worked on this year and you brought it out. So reminder for that, to get that finished product in by the end of the month. Another reminder to work on your pineapple Afghan. Now, this blanket I thought looked like a vintage pineapple blanket, and I wanted to make it for my daughter for Christmas. So I had this idea that if everybody made one square a month to go into an Afghan, by the end of the year we would all have an heirloom. So my plan is today to get out my yarn, and I'm using a tweed. It is a yarn I bought from AC Moore for a while when they were still open. And then earlier in the year, Michael sold it. I don't think they have any more, but I'm using this tweed in mine. It's a 4 medium, and it is cream. And I thought that would give it kind of a modern look with the tweed, but yet still vintage. So she would, think she had an old style blanket. So today's the day that I usually think about making another square, and I have only January and February made. Some of you have more than that, and I'm like, you know what? I wonder if I should get 1 month ahead. I wonder if I should make 2 this month. And I'm like, So that's my goal today, is to bring out my yarn and make March's square for that. And if you have been following me, you know that when I do a year-long make-along, I do random drawings from progress photos that you guys are putting up. So don't forget to put your randoms in there. If you're just starting out with that, you get 1 entry. Your name gets in 1 time for all random drawings from your photos. And I think I'll be drawing for that by the end of this month again. I don't know. And then at the end, when we have a finished blanket done, then we will be getting some of the grand prizes out. And one of them is definitely an El Grey bag. And I have showed it before, and it's over there. Yeah, I do have a frog today. Allergy season is kicking in, even though, so, okay, so the new make along, this is number 6. It is a challenge for you to go deep stash diving and bring out some novelty yarn. And this week we're starting it. So I have shown mine a couple times. I picked out this opium, and it's got real thick places and real thin places. So this is a heavy duty roving. It is not easy to use this yarn. That's why the challenge. I'm using it with a J hook. And I started the super simple shawl by Marley Bird, and you start at the bottom of the triangle, this triangle, and you work your way out. And I'm feeling some of the stitches to get my hook in there. But as a whole, the simple shawl gives you like 2 stitches, chains and double crochets, and then the rest of the pattern is made by the yarn. So that is my challenge to all of you. It will run for 2 weeks. And I'm going to give you more ideas today. This is just the first idea, and it's just starting today. There's a post up in my Facebook page for you to show me what yarns you're using. Tell about what pattern you decided to use, because you can do whatever pattern you want and use whatever yarn you want. That's the challenge. And so today I brought out some more of the yarns that I have. Now, I didn't bring all of them, but I just thought I would bring a couple. And it's funny because the winning yarn from the capelet is kind of like a novelty yarn itself, because it's one of those, you know, I guess people call this, the homespun is hard to use because it has that crinkle, and then when you start, it's all full of like it just hides your stitches is basically what it does. So you have to feel your way, use a bigger hook, that kind of thing. And I did post something very interesting in the Facebook page the other day. Jennifer from Fiberflux put out 12 tips to use novelty yarns. And I'm like, hey, that's great. It's perfect for what we're doing. So if you haven't seen that video, hop on over there, or I will link that below if I remember. Maybe I'll just make a little note of it. And I'll link that video, and you can go watch the 12 tips, because I thought it was interesting to, to hear what she had to say. So I brought out some of this fun fur that I got from, I think this was from Lovecrafts. And this fun fur is just very, very fuzzy, kind of feathery. And what I used this for was the last row on my gnome towels. So right underneath his nose, or right above his nose, I did a row with this. Used the same exact hook, the H, and just did the pattern the exact same way that she said to do it. And it was perfect, because with fun fur, if you're crocheting toward you and that's your front of your work, it kind of lays it down. But if you turn the work around and work away from you, so you're working on the back, and then your front is going to show where the fun fur is, it pokes it toward that direction. And so when you turn it around and look at the front, it's perfect. It doesn't lay it down. So that was a good idea to use this for his bottom of his, like, it looks like a beard. So I thought that was cute. And then we had this on the show yesterday. This is the Baton's Pirouette. And this was a ribbon style yarn. And it has a section where, now I'll just show you on here. You open up it's about 2 inches wide, and you open it up, and you actually use the very edge right here. I can't show you there very well. I gotta get this other one out. This one is open, so I'm gonna use this one. But I've showed it before. You take it and you open it, and it's a ladder. So then this side over here is just going to give you an edging where you can grab a loop, grab a loop, grab a loop, grab a loop. And every time you grab a loop, it gathers. So what I did was I took a hair tie. Now this idea is out on the internet. It is a free, idea. But and you can find it, and I can link it below. So what I did was I took a hair tie and your regular crochet hook, and then you just start and you bring a loop of this ladder on the left side of, and you just keep putting it on till it actually grabs a hold, and you just keep doing it till it's real thick, and then it makes a scrunchie. So that's an idea with this pirouette. And this one was mine that was open. So I thought these were cute. Now I have two colors of pirouette here. I have the purple one that I used. This is a full skein. Doesn't have a color on it. It's just a lot number. But these were made by Baton's, which is Yarnspirations. And I got them in a tent sale a while back. So I have a whole pack of each color. So this one and this color, which is the peach and rust. Well, cream, peach, and brown. Yep. So that is going to be one of the choices for making for giveaway for the winner in the challenge for the novelty yarn. So these two are going to be up for a choice. If your name is picked and you win in the novelty yarn challenge, you can pick these two, and what I did was I brought out a bag of Dark Horse Pixie. This is very, very different, but very, very soft. So this is called Dark Horse Pixie. Now you can see it's just a bunch of, it's very thin, and it has a bunch of these poofs right on the yarn. And as far as these coming off, I have not ever had that opportunity. But these colors in here are yellow and orange and greens. There's two different colored greens and orange. So there is 100% nylon content. It does give you a needle size recommendation of a size 8. They're 50-gram balls, and hand wash, of course. Okay, well, that's about all. But there's 5 of them. So this will be the other prize for the novelty. And hi to everybody coming in. There's 42 in the room. Woohoo! So this will be another choice if you were to win in the novelty. Ravini says that she won some of this a while back from me. And she probably did, because I've been giving away things like this for a while in my D-stash. And I was wondering, Ravini, did you use it? And if not, maybe you use it now. Yeah, that you never know. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? So that is going into the bin for a choice for this make along. And then I brought out one more. And this one I brought out last night. Now I have a box that has I always label the boxes, what's in there, and I try to keep same yarns together. So when I'm looking for an edging, I'll look in the baby box that says, like edgings. And this was in my box. I looked in there last night for an edging, and it's called Village Yarn. This is a Hirschner's, and it's called Lovey Dovey. And here is what it looks like. It looks like a piece of yarn with hair. And it's not real thick, but these do not appear to come off. That's done very well. And it wasn't too bad to use. Now, what I did was I took that bunny that I showed you yesterday, in the other live, and I took that bunny and I made a lovey with my leftover I Love This yarn in that I put it away now, but in that colorway that I spotlighted the other month for hats, and more hats. And I used the lovey for this edging, and oh my heavens, is that soft. It is just beautiful on this. Now, this one I didn't put a teething ring on, and I didn't put a binky on because I thought this one would be nice for just the texture. It is really different textures. So that one is all done now. I'll be putting this one up in my Etsy shop later on today. And so that was what I would use this type of yarn for. I don't think I would make an entire item out of it, but this is perfect for you guys with your amigurumis. I have it in blue and pink and yellow and green. I've got it in a lot of colors, but it was for edging, so that was my idea for that. Okay, at this point, I would like to give away a piece of paparazzi jewelry. So if anyone here wants to win a piece of jewelry, I used to sell it, and I've been giving one piece away every Sunday. So what we do is my friend Deb marks the chat, and when she marks the chat, you will write in the word jewelry if you would like to be entered into the drawing. And I'm going to show you this. This is a necklace. This one is very, very different. It has feathers on it. Now, let's see if I can get it in the right position here. All right. It's got one of those where you can move it longer or shorter. An extension, that's what it is. It comes with a pair of earrings, and they are feathers. And then the actual necklace has all the, okay, you can stop anytime now, has all these feathers on it. So this is going to be a longer one. It'll be coming around, right around in there for you. And what they call this color is copper. They call this copper. It is lead and nickel free. So like I said, if you want to win this, write jewelry in the comments now. You have a minute to put your comment in, and then Deb is going to be drawing a winner. Denisha says that Margaret put up an easy tutorial to follow. I believe she's talking about the scrunchie, most likely. And Z has that lovey. Yes, that is a lovey where you make the lovey on a hair tie and pop it around your animal. This comes off to wash. So all of the things I talk about, I usually link below. And what I do is I rewatch, and then I write down what I want to link, and then link it below. Yes, there's the link for that. Thanks, Kim. So those are some interesting types of things that you can use your novelty yarn for and put into our make-along for the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to be taking some suggestions today on some things. So it's been a minute. So Deb's going to mark the chat, and she will come back and tell us how many entries there were. And she'll come back and tell us who won that. And then you'll have a week to get back to me. You do have to have a United States address in order to win any of the giveaways that I give away. And you should be 18 years of age. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I know there's still people coming in. That's all right. Let's see. I talked about the pineapple Afghan earlier. So don't forget to work on your pineapple. I have a couple of little things down here that I try to remind myself to talk about. And one of the things I did not talk about yesterday was the famous CC brackets. This is the bracket board. What is it, you say? Well, a lot of you know what it is. It's a bracket game that I came up with. And how do you get into it? How do you play? Everyone's asking me. Okay, I'm going to tell you. You see, there are a couple names up here already. There are 2 on this side. And there are 2 on this side. And how you play is you watch my addictions video. If it says addictions, then it will probably have a secret giveaway in it, a hidden giveaway in it. And if you enter and I draw your name, you will get your name also entered into the brackets. So that's what that's all about. And today I wanted to remind everybody that I have now picked 2 different hand-dyed yarns to go on to the giveaway for the bracket. So if you were to win the brackets, here's some choices of some yarns that you could win. So that's what I was going to tell you today, or remind you, or look at. This one came in the last unboxing from Webs and is beautiful. And I put a Christmas stitch marker on there because I can. So this is a one fine. It's 80% superwash Highland wool and 20% polyamide. Isn't it beautiful? So that would be a choice in the brackets. And then the other choice so far in the brackets is a skein from my subscription that I get from one of the Etsy stores. And her Etsy shop is Buxom Cat, and this is the February colorway. So I'm going to be throwing in this for a choice in the brackets if you win. So apparently we have a winner. Her name is Sherry, and I will get that name later from Deb. And no hurry, Deb, because when you send me messages, it starts making notifications on the screen. So no hurry. So that was in that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I will be adding more hand-dyed choices in the brackets. I figured, well, it's one of those progressive type giveaways that I do. And as we build up the brackets and start having head-to-head competitions for the spot, we will have more and more hand-dyed choices because I think that it builds for a bigger prize. So that's what I'm doing there. Okay, so let's see. I did that. What time is it? Wow. It's already 30 minutes in. Wow. I can't believe that. Let's see. What else do I have? Today, I do have to say that this is a finished blanket that I was working on for a couple of months for my little granddaughter, and I showed it on the live yesterday. It is all done. And I brought it out again today to show it to you one more time before I give it away. And it is a pattern from a Leisure Arts flyer. You know, the ones where there's 4 or 5 or 6 blankets in, it's just a 5 or 6 page pamphlet. Yeah, I have like 5 or 6 of these. I got them a long time ago. And a couple people said something about, why can't I just copy this? I can't do that. I can't just copy this and give it to you. Somebody worked very hard to write these patterns and publish them. And it may not be in publication now, but I think that they use them over and over again. And I think you can also find the booklet on places like eBay and stuff like that, because people resell their stuff. And so, yeah, one of the questions I wanted to ask today before we close the show, it's copyrighted. That's the word. Yes. And if you would have work that you did, and anyway, so we all know why. But where was my thought going? Oh, I know. What I wanted to know is, I want to see a raise of hands if you are interested in the make-alongs on this live to take a turn toward making baby items. Now, that's a passion of mine. I have always got something that I'm making, as long as it's to do with babies, whether it's a blanket, a sweater. I always have a sweater I'm making at all times for probably the last 20 years or so. And so what I wanted to see is, I wanted to see a raise of hands like Latoya and Maribel are doing, if you want some make-alongs to be baby items. And the reason why I'm asking you, for heaven's sakes, they're all been in their houses for over a year. And they're all making babies. I've got 4 or 5 different ones that are saying, I'm pregnant and I'm going to have and I'm like, holy cow, I'm going to need some shower gifts. And people do make for charities too. So yeah. Okay. All right. I was just curious, because after this make along with the novelty yarn, I think I'm going to introduce pieces of layettes, that kind of thing. Okay, we got lots of hands, so I'm not worried now. 45 in the room. Let's get on with our Sunday morning Christi's Closet D-Stash. You are in Christi's Closet, in case you didn't know. So today's D-Stash is going to be something that you could probably make a baby sweater out of, or a lovey or two. And this is a Premier Parfait Layers. So it's 100% polyester. It's really, really, really soft. And this cake says on it, a bulky 5. Now, I don't know why they say that's bulky 5, but I guess when you start crocheting it up, Mary says she found that book on Leisure Arts website still. It's 20-some years old, and it's $5.50. I'm thrilled. So now I'm going to go onto their website and see what other ones they have still up there. Yeah. Okay. So Deb is going to mark the chat right now. And if you would like to win this cake of Parfait Layers, woo, then you are going to put in the word parfait. No, you don't have to spell it right, but put in the word parfait, because it's Sweet Delight Month, and I'm having a celebration with all of the lovely cakes and ice cream and all that good stuff. And this is a parfait. And so put that in there. And it has 459 yards. Yeah, you can make a baby sweater out of this. It's Dee Thompson's birthday today. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Granny D. I don't always read the chat, but I caught that one. 46 people in the room. Awesome. Yep, write in the word parfait. We've got a minute, and then we will draw for that. Don't forget, you have to have United States address. I got yarn all over the place. Oh. Okay. Giving you just a second to get your entry in. Sherry says it says 48 in the room. Mine says 47. Yeah, needs to catch up with it. I have 34 thumbs up. That's awesome. That's true. Frida did say something that was very, very important. And I totally agree with this. If I'm doing a make along for, say, a baby sweater, and I'm going to give you certain dimensions and things like that, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I can guarantee you we're going to make a baby sweater together. If you do that, you're going to, on a smaller scale, get an idea of what it is like to make an adult sweater. Because a lot of the ideas of how to do a raglan down is the same. Like if you're going down from a top down and things like that. So, yeah, Debbie marked the chat and she'll be going and drawing a winner for that D-stash. So, yeah. And Mary says she drops off hats to the hospital. So there's a lot of things you could do with your baby items that if you want to make things with us, to be involved in the make-along. So that is something that you can be thinking about for the next couple months. I will be launching a whole entire series on that. So I hope you're all excited about it because I know I am. I've been buying all kinds of ice cream yarn because I really like that to use for baby items. It's very difficult to pick one yarn and say I'm going to make all of the whole entire set with that one yarn because not always is it work. If you do, sometimes that yarn is too big to make booties with. They just come out huge. Or maybe another yarn is not quite big enough to make a blanket with. So maybe you'll decide to do a lovey size blanket, like not a blanket that would be for covering them up, but one for them to use as a security blanket. That's the kind of layette you can make with, certain yarns. I don't usually read the chat very often. All right, what else do we have? Okay, so that is something coming up. Okay, let's do this. While we're waiting, yeah, Granny T just said something about this capelet over here, the split collar. I would like to do that again sometime and change the pattern just enough to increase it so that it goes down to about here rather than above the breast. It would go down to your, say, right around in here. And, just change it up just a hair. I was requested to show the leaflet one more time. So I think it says on here, by Carol Rutter Tippett, Afghans to crochet, make one for baby. And then on the back, it might even have a number 2756. And I paid $5.50 for mine too. And the website is called leisurearts.com. So they do still make these. That's wonderful, because now I'm going to go look, like I said, and see if they have any that I don't have. I do collect these booklets. I have several of them. I like Leisure Arts. It's one of the older companies. And so getting back to the capelet, I put all of the names of the girls that finished their capelet into the wheel. This is not the wheel that I normally use. The other wheel is saved on my computer. So I have 51 in the room. Awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the winner from the 8 finishes right now on the show. So let's spin the wheel and see who it comes up with. Nightingale, I'll tell you that in just 1 second. Okay, there's the winner. Catherine Oakes is the winner of the capelet make-along. That was make-along number 6, and she wins the 2 skeins of the Hirschner's home. So congratulations to Catherine. I know she'll get out a message to me. Okay, so the year of this Leisure Arts was published originally in 1995. And you know what, Jill? Jill is here. And it's in Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah, that's down by you. So, Jill, I sent you a message today or last night, and you haven't answered me yet. So go check your messages. And I sent another one out to Sandy from Left is Right Crochet, and she hasn't answered that one either. Just check your messages. This is something we had been talking about doing together, and so I want you not to miss that message. So who won? HD? HD won the D-Stash today? All right. I don't think she's ever won anything. You know why? Because I don't know her real name. If she did, I would know her real name, because she would have sent me a message by now. So don't forget, you need a United States address. You need to message me whether you win or wait. You need to message me. Even if you talk to me every day, you still have to claim any prizes that you win, whether they're on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, or if you won something on a live. Now, that includes a live from Hook and Stitch, because yesterday we picked a winner for our make-along. It's a wrap, and there was someone that won that wasn't in the live, and Linnell Smith is a winner on the progressive, the project pictures, as you know, you're working on it, and she needs to get in touch with Miss Kim, and I will tag her later on today in the update. I do a weekly update in the Facebook page, and I tag everybody that won that week. So that's kind of fun. Janelle, yes. I think, well, the way that I saw her Facebook page, there was a space in there. And now I'm wondering whether, no, because HD's name is not Janelle. I don't think so. It could be. I don't think so. And the other thing that I was going to tell you about the baby items is when my granddaughter was on her way, I started making a couple of washcloths for her every so often. I used I love this cotton in all those pretty prints and things like that. And yesterday, my husband went down, and the mama, Mariah, she says to him, tell Gigi or Cece or whatever they call me, I don't know, I think it's Cece, Tell Cece that the baby Felicity loves her washcloths the best out of all the washcloths. So we need more. So that's one of the things that you can make that are for babies. The washcloths made out of the I Love This Cotton are the softest, and the babies love them. So there's a little, thing that I probably will talk about more than today, because I think that is. Hi, Wanda. Welcome to the crazy show, the crazy train, or whatever you go. 52 in the room. Nice. Okay. Anybody got any questions? It's time for Ask Me Anything, as long as it's reasonable. I just thought that was a great thing to put in today. I figured the last 15 minutes. Then I'm actually going to read the chat for a few minutes. And while I do that, I'm going to work on a new washcloth for Felicity. I'm using the Farmhouse washcloth tutorial by Creative Grandma. And I love it. I just love it. It's one row of the single crochet, double crochet, and then one row of just double crochet. You just alternate those two rows back and forth. Do it whatever size you want. Put a border on and off you go. Yes. Well, actually, that's not true. Melissa asked a good question. She says, is the new make-along with the novelty yarns a one skein project? No, actually, because the rules are not many. You pick a novelty yarn and you pick your own pattern. So really, you could do whatever you wanted, pretty much. I hope that answered that question. Stephanie says she's used this tutorial for this farmhouse dishcloth before. Does everyone know who Stephanie is? She's a moderator here on my channel. She's my good friend. All of you are good friends. But Stephanie and I stay up late and do online yarn shopping. Oh, dear. It is a shit show, if you know what I mean. And what we think we're going to start doing is some videos of us and our crazy shenanigans late at night. We're going to be uploading those on our channels, and it's probably going to be coming up here pretty soon, so that you be sure and look for those. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Alice is Jan. Same name. She says she has lots of leisure arts pamphlets written by the creative Grandma Glenda Winkleman. I didn't know that. I didn't know that she had written patterns that I did not know that. Wow, that's great. Brenda asked a question. Okay, so Brenda has been following Stephanie and I doing make-alongs together, and our last one was St. Patty's Day. Now, I don't want to be a spoiler and tell you exactly what's going to be going on, so I'm not going to. We like to keep things a little bit, secret. And so Stephanie and I will be planning to announce our new make-along. It will be this spring. It will be in the next 2 weeks. And it probably will be on a new show when it's announced. And it'll be on both. We're going to try and upload this videos on both of our channels. So if you're following her, you can just get the notification from her page that there's a new video. And watch, and it'll be both of us. If you're following me, it'll be uploaded to my channel too. So, it'll be announced. It will definitely be announced by April 4th because that's when it starts. So, as you can see, this make along's going until April 4th. So everything that comes out on April 4th will be tied in together. Is that a hint for you? And that's all I got to say about that one. But yes, yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, Stephanie's my enabler. I don't know. I can enable myself just fine. Throwing her under the bus for it? Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I love this cotton. Now, let me tell you something about I love this cotton. I never used it until I was gifted it. But this one here, I am trying out today. This is found at Walmart, and it's called 100% Cotton Yarn by Mainstay. Now, why am I trying this out when I have 50 rolls of I love this cotton over there? Well, the only reason why I'm trying it out is because I'm doing it for you. Now, Crystal at Bag O' Day, she bought a few of these and said that the reason why she wanted to buy it and tell you about it is because she thought that it was very soft. So I bought a mauve color, pink color one, and I started the dishcloth in this because I want to see if the end result is as soft as the I love this cotton, and I will be giving them to Felicity. So what they've done is Mainstay has changed where they manufacture their yarn, and they're way much softer. The old Mainstay was kind of crisp, and that has definitely softened up. And now they came out with the cotton, and it does in the skein feel a lot like the I love this cotton. So I figured I would use it this time. I've only got the one skein and try it out. But I don't think that I'm ever going to say that this is going to take the place of I love this cotton because the colorways, I mean, come on. Let me just grab one. This colorway right here is a print. It is I love this cotton prints. And I mean, look at, there's splashes of all kinds of color in there. How could you not love this cotton? I mean, like, wow. This one, and this is 100% cotton too. This one is called Delicate, 240 Delicate. Latoya wants me to remind everyone about entering into the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge. And, you know, that is a collaboration that I have been doing for the second year now with Christi Cook. And it has its own Facebook page. And that was because the two of us wanted to come together in one page and see all the makes and make it easy to draw winners. So the first quarter is up. It has been up since January. It's coming to an end here pretty soon. It is March 31st or something. It's January through March. It is a challenge for you to use your scraps up. So the theme is spring. You can make anything that you feel is a spring themed item. Use all your scraps, use a couple of your scraps, or use one ball to make a spring item. Pop on over there. The link will be below and place it in there. Now, what are you going to win on that? Well, it's a big, beautiful shawl pattern and wrap. This was a Mary Maxim kit. for the Bella wrap, and the yarn that came in this is unforgettable. In the Pirouette. Pirouette colorway, you get 5 of these. So be sure and do a Scrappy spring item and put it in there. And you've got, what, 10 days to do it? So that's enough time. And no, you do have to have a United States address. The second quarter will be Christi Cook's quarter, and I will be drawing that. I will put the winner up in that group. And so if you put something in there, it will be over there. Okay, and I have another question. Okay, Lori, I love that idea. The yarn washcloth. We will be asking Mama what Felicity thinks about the new washcloths when she gets them in the Mainstay yarn. That would be so cute. All right, so let's see. Kim wants to know if Stephanie and I will have a dedicated Facebook page for the new show. No, we will not. We will do our make-alongs the same way we always do. We will put the make-along post in both the groups. And when you make your item, you can enter in both of the groups. But we will be talking about whatever make-along we're doing on our show together only. So we won't be doing it on our Sunday. Well, I don't do a Sunday finished objects type episode anymore. I do it when I have enough finished objects to show. So I've been doing about 3 weeks. Yes. Anybody else? Yeah, that cotton, oh my gosh, I think it's $5. Okay, so the 100% cotton from Mainstays is 180 yards in one of these, and it's a 4 medium, 100% cotton, so 3.5 ounce skein. And it says right on it, find at walmart.com. So it's the only place they're selling it. So I only got the one. Yeah. I'm going to say that this probably would make a towel. Oh, there's enough yardage here to make a towel. 180 yards? Yeah, there is. I have not done that much. Yes, Premier Home Cotton is the one that I always used to use all the time before, because the only place that I had was AC Moore and Michael's and Joann's. I don't have a Hobby Lobby. But ever since I was introduced to some of the Hobby Lobby products, I'm getting to be a yarn snob about it. I really like the Hobby Lobby yarn products. In fact, I'm going to be driving to a Hobby Lobby in the next couple weeks, and I really am excited about it because I've only been in one time, and so we're gonna go on a trip there and maybe even meet another podcaster. But yeah, I do like it, and I like the wash, the way the jean washed out look is, and the different colors of the Premier Home Cotton. I'm a big Premier person too, so I really like those. Everybody's getting ready to leave, so I guess I'm boring you. Pima cotton. No, I have not. I've used a lot of different cottons from a lot of different places, and I usually do things like if I buy 1 or 2 skeins, I'll do like a mini shawlette like this one, just to try the yarn out. And some of them are really soft, and others, are cotton, like cotton feels. So yeah, I tried the comfy cotton. I put it in an outfit, in a dress, and I I wasn't thrilled about how heavy it made the dress. So, in my opinion, I've decided to use the comfy cotton for washcloths in the future. I do plan to do a video of my trip to Hobby Lobby. Yes, I do plan to do that. Yes, and I do buy from Hobby Lobby online. It's still fun to touch the yarn, though. You know, it is so much fun to touch the yarn and to browse and to look through. And there's nothing better than to just go into a yarn shop or any store that has yarn and just stand there and just touch and look. I'm sorry, but it's never going to change. That's the way I want to do it. I do that at home. I go through my shelves and I touch everything, you know? So, okay, so I hope to see you all later on. I'm going to be doing a draw for the 1,000 subscriber celebration. I'll be doing that later on today. Yep, so I hope you all enjoyed my show today. If you aren't subscribed, please do so, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye now. Oh my goodness.